morning. Just pulled into the dump. So I already recorded one video this morning at home before I left. I was walking the dog around, and it was about remembering who you are and stuff, and just how easily we forget because of all of the outside influence. Oh, excuse me. Still a little tired. My one very effective way is through our consumer-driven culture. Our buy this, buy that, buy, shiny. And on my way to work, it's a 10-minute drive, okay? And I like having stuff playing in the background on my phone here. I don't always get to do that, but sometimes it's just in the mood to, and today I was. So this video that I put on, what I was watching was irrelevant. It was an 8-minute video, okay? 8 minutes. And I did this before I left, so I wasn't doing it while I was driving. But in that 8-minute video, there were 6 unskippable advertisements. And all 6 of them were in an AI voice or some super over-the-top, high-energy influencer fool saying, buy this new thing, buy this thing. And I'm just like, no wonder we so easily forget ourselves. No wonder. We can't even listen to music without hearing this crap. We can't even look out the window without seeing this crap. We can't turn on the radio without hearing it. We can't do anything without seeing this garbage or hearing it. And it just distracts you and it sucks you into this pattern, this habit. And this habit, when you get it from a young age, it gets worse with time. Just like any bad habit. If you start at a young enough age with sugar, sweets, candies, chips, carbohydrates, stuff like that, you are going to have a super strong addiction to that, and you are not going to be able to let it go so easy. It's going to be very difficult to try to change that habit because that habit is ingrained in your behaviors at that point. By the time I'm my age, it is so difficult for me to not pick up a whole bag of chips and eat them, that the only way for me to not do it, to avoid that, is to not have them in my house. Otherwise, I will be thinking about that bag of chips. I will be thinking, oh, one little bowl won't hurt you. It's never going to stop at a bowl. It's never going to stop at one cookie. It's never going to stop at, oh, buy this thing. Just do it one time. It never will, because it's designed as a behavior. It's literally designed to engineer, to influence. That's why they're called influencers. To influence the way you think, the way you behave, to buy something, whether you know it or not. And I'm just sick and tired of hearing it. I'm sick and tired of seeing it. The only way to really avoid this, okay, is we all have to live in it right now. We all have to live in it until we're ready, okay? But you need to remember why. Remembering is important. You need to remember everything. Don't forget why you suffer. Don't forget why you're muddling through. You need to be aware of it, okay? The only way to do it is to set yourself up enough to escape. My goal that I have set for myself is I want enough set aside for when it's time for me to leave this dump here, and every other single dump out there, to escape, get a small piece of property. Get a small little house in the middle of nowhere, just completely in the middle of nowhere, where I'm at least a 10, 15, 20-minute drive away from anything that makes noise. Anything. I don't want any of that crap. I don't want to see any of it. I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of all of it. If you look around, everything looks the same, right? I'm serious. How many buildings are just giant concrete squares? How many things are made to be, oh, it's the next new fad because it has one different color change? You know what I mean? Like, here's an example. We have work uniforms where I work. We have work uniforms basically almost everywhere you work, especially in the corporate hellscape that's out there. But where I work is one color vest, but it's exactly the same as a different company. It's just a different color vest. And that's just a different color vest from another different company, which is exactly the same. It's just a different color vest. And they're all saying they're unique. They're all saying that they're the place to work at. They're all saying that, oh, come here, come here. Here's these peanuts. We're going to lure you in. Then we're going to hook you and then change what we told you. You know, you need to never forget. I mean, like, it is so essential to remember. Teach yourself the thoughts that you have repressed in your head, the memories that you've repressed. I don't want you to bring back all of those bad habits that you may have forgotten. If you've buried those, the bad ones, made peace with them and moved on from them, then I really salute you. Like, that takes some serious effort. I've been there and I've regressed some of them. You know what I mean? I've been there. So I know what it's like to accomplish those. But don't forget the things of why you do them. Like, I don't work here because I want to. I don't work here because I like it. I enjoy my job, sure, but you know what I've sacrificed for that vision that I told you of that little place in the middle of nowhere? I sacrifice my weekends. I sacrifice my availability. I sacrifice my time with my wife. I sacrifice finances because the pay is garbage. You know what I mean? Like, I sacrifice my back because I'm always lifting heavy things, because companies like this love to hire people that can't do physical labor for some freaking reason, and they put them in in a department that's primarily lifting concrete and things. Like seriously, you know what I mean? Like, we're so desperate for people because they're all being driven away. We're all being like, hey, we want you to go. Then they do. They don't want you to stay with the company, because then they have to pay out at the end when you retire. They don't want to do that. They don't want that responsibility. They don't want to match you. It's high turnover by design. You can't keep people on garbage pay, and they know it. And that's part of the reason why that's how it is. You know what I mean? They know that people like me won't stay. They know it. They know that people get desperate enough to come back. You know what I mean? Like, to come to interview, to work a little while and leave. They know it. It's by design. That's why they have a complete training for people that for the hiring, what do you call it? The hiring manager. I don't know the proper name. I don't really care. But it's like, oh, here's the procedures for hiring somebody. You know what? You have to train that person so they get the individuals that they want, the desperate ones, the ones that, they'll leave eventually. All it takes to work a job is to be qualified. And the only qualifications you need, really, is the ability to learn something, the ability to actually do the job, and show up. That's literally all you need. But they give you like this giant rap sheet of requirements, It's like, it's made like that to discourage people. It's made like that to discourage the ones that know they're worth more. My belief is that this way of life will fail. It will fail. It'll collapse, and there'll be a whole other crisis. My only hope is that the following generations don't suffer too bad especially the people I know. I really believe that if enough people check out, they'll be forced to change this crap. If enough people remember what they are, who they are, that little kid that was exploring in the forest, that little kid that was looking at the stars in wonder, if enough people remember those feelings, remember those times. I remember every single one. I can't remember what I ate last week. I can't remember why I'm still here. You know what I mean? Like, as long as I have been, I could have moved on and found a different place, but like, I remember the reason I suffer. I remember that little kid. I want to be in the woods. I want to trek through the hills and trek through the forest and go through the mud and all that. Get dirty. I love all that. You know what I mean? Dig holes. Look for stuff. Be the first human in existence to ever touch a stone or to ever see a tree so ancient that it was alive before our country was founded. Those things are why I live. Like my wife, those memories, the memories we have together. I don't see her much right now. We don't see each other hardly. But those times are in the future too, because I'm going to make it happen. It will be time to go soon, Remember why. Memories. Don't just drone. Don't be a drone. Otherwise, you're programmable. Other people's memories will be put in your mind. Other people's beliefs will be forced on you. And you will live a lie. And you will feel lost because you are. You will be untaught about yourself. You'll be remade in the image of someone else. Someone else's dream. And we always go, oh, the rich, it's the billionaires and the trillionaires that are to come. It's like, no. We let that happen because we're taught to think a certain way from an early age. We're called childish and naive for not wanting to grow up really quick. Yeah, maturity matters now more than ever, but so does living. Self-harm rates have never been higher. Death rates have never been higher, and that's by our own hands. Mental illness has never been higher. Physical illness has never been higher. Introversion has never been higher. Selfishness, suffering, depression, all that stuff has never been higher. Because we've forgotten who we are. We've forgotten ourselves. We don't know. We don't remember. Remember who you are, please. Like, I don't know how many times I need to say that. Keep a journal. That is the easiest thing you can do. Keep a journal. Write in it every day. I'm not telling you to fill a page out. I'm not telling you to write down a whole bunch of fancy words or anything. It's like, no, just write the date, write the time if you want to, and then write what you were thinking and feeling. Just do that every single day, once a day. It works, I'm telling you, it works. Your memory will be better. You'll start to recall things that you didn't know that you didn't know that you were a part of. Memories, pictures, times with family, all this stuff. We're taught to be numb. It's programmed out of us. We have to take it back, and that's one way to do it. I know it sounds foolish, but please try it. It works. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. I have to go to work. I have to clock in and deal with the garbage. See what mess I was left. But Please try. Remember, just write it down once a day. Don't forget. Don't be someone else's memory. Got it? Don't live someone else's life. Live your own. Alright. Till next time.